music is very. I tell you, I've just been having trouble today.
I know.
I think it's okay to formulate your words.
I didn't say that. He did.
Yeah. That's Jay. That's Jay Silent.
See, I was quiet. I was sounding that time.
The music. The music I would say is David Bowie-esque.
Yeah.
It reminds me of David Bowie's 80s stuff.
A little bit of Bob Dylan, the way he was singing.
It's a little bit of Bob Dylan, which is...
Oh, it's lonely.
Yeah.
And he was sick, by the way, too.
And he had strep throat when he recorded that. He had strep throat, which is pretty amazing. He recorded 2 or 3 songs. He also recorded "Still Will Stand All Time" during this session.
Okay,
so he recorded a lot of stuff and basically, I mean, got in trouble around with his associates because he wasn't even supposed to be recording that weekend.
Wow.
I like there's like a sampled baritone sax that actually sounds pretty close to a real baritone, which is pretty cool. I love the blending of the guitars.
The drums? You like the drums?
I didn't write anything down about the drums, but I do. I talked about the bass drum most, but I love the drum pattern. From 3:13 on, when that guitar comes in, that's. I mean,
I love how he stacked the sounds, man. And Rosie Gaines had an interview a while back. Maybe it got to be like around 90. She said he played that straight through. He played that track straight through on the keyboards.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, he and then the call and response at 3:23. The second time when he goes to love the one who is love. When he actually does love the one who is love. When he does the response, the love. The backgrounds. There's other backgrounds that are backing up his response.
Yeah,
and they're harmonized in a
stacked
different
up,
way.
Yeah.
They're stacked up. It's the vocals. Vocals, I think, are a really, really big part of this album. The background.
This should have been a single. It should have been a single. You think? What you think? In 88, it could have been a single.
And maybe in 88, it could have been a single. Honestly, this could have been part of Love Sexy. Obviously,
it should have been.
I mean, it probably couldn't have been because it was released way afterwards.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it's got that
type of vibe.
Thing.
Yeah.
It's got that thing. What'd you say, Jake? What'd you say, Jake?
That kind of vibe.
It's got that kind of. It's got that kind of vibe. It's got that kind of vibe on there, and yeah, yeah, you're right, man. It does have that kind of. It does have that kind of like Love Sexy, in that he is keeping that vibe going.
Yeah.
From Love Sexy or whatever, which is cool.
Interesting.
This is a really interesting song. Really one of my favorites on the.
That's one of my top.
He was still really coming with some hot fire. He might have been a little burnt. I think
seems
from
like
everything.
Around 90, yeah.
He might have been a little bit burnt.
Doing the Batman album and going back and forth.
Well, he was supposed. He was going to take 1989 off. He was going to take that year off.
Wow.
But there were so many things that were happening, he just couldn't do it. Because he was going to. Honestly, if he had done that, he might have not ever gotten back to where he was if he hadn't done the Batman soundtrack.
Wow.
Just with the financial stuff that he was dealing with.
So he had no choice but to take it.
He really had no choice, I don't think, but to take it. He might have had some money that would come back in that would help him out, but at the same time, I just feel like that it would. I feel like it would be.
So he had to basically push it.
He had to push it. He had to push it, and I think that thank God he did, because if he didn't, it would have. I think he wouldn't have come back. I don't think he would.
You think so? You think it'd have been a rap? Yo? It
would have been a rap, man. It would have been a rap if he wasn't able to come back.
Would you have got Diamonds and Pearls?
No, it would have been, no, because they were trying to come out with the greatest hits. They were trying to push the greatest hits on him. I think even in 1990. They were trying
89,
to push.
They were trying to do greatest hits.
For 1990, they were trying to do greatest hits, but he was like, nah, Graffiti Bridge.
You know what that means when they do greatest hits, don't you?
Say what?
You know what that means when they put out greatest hits?
Oh yeah, that means that you need to take a fucking break. It's time for you to chill out, brother. Or it means also that you're old. That's what that means.
They think you're old and you're outdated.
That's what they think. They think they're old and outdated, and they're like, look, why don't you go ahead and take a break, and let's just, let's go ahead and just put out greatest hits, and you could just chill out. And he's like, nah,
that's crazy, man. man.
I mean, you know, everybody's got a plan. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes things don't go according to plan. I guess you know.
Yeah. We got a classic Batman album, but we're not talking about
exactly. That will be another show, another day.
We'll touch on that.
So next up.
What's the next one?
The next one is Round and Round.
Tevin Campbell.
All right. All right. I don't like this song very much. I used to like it quite a bit.
What you don't like about it? Sounds dated? Drum sound dated?
Well, everything. Yeah. That. And then there's really no actual music in the song. I'm seeing
it sounds like nothing but like
bleeps and hits and bleeps and bloop and all that stuff. That's all going on.
It's like a hodgepodge of sounds just for the track.
And I wrote down here that that he may have been starting to follow trends around the time, even though he didn't produce that version of the album. Junior Vasquez remixed it and put that drum beat on it.
What's the original version? Did you hear it?
I've never heard the original. I don't know. He must have. I don't know what he did with it.
Junior Vasquez.
Yeah, wherever he is, Junior Vasquez. Call on into the Truth Podcast if you feel like
Junior
it.
Vasquez.
But I said that he might have been following a trend, but sonically, he still was ahead of contemporaries. It's a drier album.
Yeah, it is.
This is the
not
again.
As wet. Yeah.
There's not a lot of reverb on this album. There's not a whole. There are effects, but reverb and echo is not is not part of that.
Yeah, vocals especially. The vocals are really dry.
That must have been like a '90s thing for him, like coming in with the echo stuff. Because these albums, he's not doing it completely as much.
No.
He's
he probably didn't want to seem dated.
I don't know. I don't know if
a different person mixing it, or just different people around him at that point.
It was different people around him at that point.
People in his ear.
Yeah. I mean,
you might not want to do this, but you might want to lean towards this side.
He was. Well, I mean,
Levi has some input. I'm sure he did.
Levi had input on Release It. He had input on Release It.
What was the input?
I mean, I think his input was go with the samples. Go with,
Okay.
We'll talk about Levi's input.
Okay.
And we'll talk about how I feel about his input because
Levi's dope, by the way. He's great.
Levi is killing. But sometimes I feel that whenever he did chime in, whenever there was those tunes that he did help co-produce, there is a...
What is that? What's that?
It's a little bit more, I don't want to say a generic sound, but I want to say that the attention to detail and the
not the intricacies.
There's more of
something's missing.
Something's missing. There's I think a little bit of originality sometimes is missed when Levi is there because sometimes he will chime in with. This is what is happening. This is what's happening right now.
Yeah, trend.
He'll chime in with this is what's happening, and then that ends up coming through on some of these joints.
Kind of like halfway.
But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to blame him on the next track that he does. That we'll talk about that he helped produce.
Yeah.
But for Round and Round, I don't have a whole lot.
Too much on that myself to say about that track.
This was really the debut, or part of the debut of Tevin Campbell. He actually debuted, I believe, also on
Quincy Jones. Was it Quincy?
I guess you can't. Yeah, I guess you can't debut twice. But he had been introduced a
to
couple times to the public, also through.
He did do Back to the World.
He did Back to. Come back to the world, back to the world, come back to my world.
It's a fame.
Wait, go ahead, Jay. What you gonna say?
Everybody gets their 15 minutes of fame.
Well, he
had some classic songs.
He had about 30, 45. He had a good 45 minutes.
A good hour. Maybe.
He had a good hour. He had a good hour and 10 minutes of fame that worked out for him. He was famous for about 5 years.
5, 6 years. Yeah, the hits.
He did very well. That's right. His best album, second album, I'm Ready. His third album, Back to the World, is pretty good as well. That fourth album is garbage. Whoa. So please check out Tevin. Check out Tevin though, because Tevin is great. Tevin's great.
Management again.
I don't know. Okay. So, but round and round, actually, though, other than Thieves in the Temple, we'll talk about was the biggest hit and actually helped Graffiti Bridge sell some copies. Because I mean, I don't think there was.
For the song is from the actual movie.
Is from the movie, and I was straight mad at Kevin.
Wow.
I mean, it was Tevin.
Yeah.
I was straight mad at Tevin because I either thought I had that suit or I wanted that suit that he had in the video and the shoes and everything, and I was so pissed because I was like the same age.
And it was the premiere of the Game Boys.
Oh, those dudes! Oh my God! Oh God! Yeah, look out for Tony M in that video because he's there. He's a
uppercut.
uppercut. Oh my God!
Don't give a damn.
I can't believe you said uppercut. I used to be super mad at Tevin for that, but you couldn't go a minute without that video playing on MTV either. They play that video so much on MTV back then. Holy crap!
So you can detail the video in your sleep.
Oh my God, dude! Well, I mean, there's not much happening. I mean, it's Mavis Staples standing there, Prince is standing there watching, acting like he gives a shit about kids,
like a kid.
and he's like, oh, kid.
I love everybody here.
You know, you can't have sex, right?
Finish the song.
Yeah.
The song, man. I put the song. All right.
Yeah. Can you go ahead and finish it? Because I have about 16 more songs to record today. All right. That's good. Now we are at Weekend Funk. No. Hey, we'll fill that in. Okay. People talk tons of shit about this song. I love the song.
Thumbs up.
You gotta make sure you're on the mic, Van. I'm sorry, man. Are you on the mic? You on the mic? Go ahead and talk on the mic, Van, real quick. Yep. Yeah. Wait. Oh. There we go. Here you go. Talk on the mic.
Yo.
All right, we got you. I got you.
Cool.
Talk.
Yo.
All right, we got you.
That's it.
There we go. All right, so we lost Van for not completely. A little technical difficulties up in the house. Okay, so people talk shit about this track. Once I listened to it through the headphones again. I hadn't listened to it in a long time. I was like, man, I love this song. I still love it.
You got to sit down and just take it in.
You got to take it in.
Yeah.
It's greasy. It's greasy. So one thing I noticed, George Clinton, if he is singing, he's singing background vocals. I don't know why he got co-lead vocals.
Get you excited.
That's Prince singing. It gets you. For like 1 second, it can sound like George Clinton, but George Clinton don't even sound that clean.
That was Prince in the first verse?
That's Prince in the first verse. That's Prince in both verses. That's Prince in both verses.
He did a spot on impersonation of George Clinton.
Yeah, dude. Like for a couple lines, but that's not.
If I don't kiss you, that's crazy.
George Clinton can't sing like that.
Oh,
George Clinton, if it was
I don't know. Boosie Collins gonna say something about that, baby.
Dude.
Come on, baby.
All right, Boozy. All right, now. Rock on, baby.
Oh, yeah. By the way, shouts out to Detroit. Amp Fiddler was on that track.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
Amp
right.
was on the track.
That's
Amp
right.
Fiddler.
Amp Fiddler.
Y'all need to check out Amp. I know it's off the subject. Amp is crazy.
There's a bunch of Parliament Funkadelics all over this song, background vocal wise and everything.
What about the synthesizers? You like the synthesizer?
I love everything about this song. The drum. I would say the drums are the craziest thing.
Yeah.
Because
Prince played drums, didn't he, on this one?
Prince played drums on this one, and his drums are wild as shit. Like he's going
offbeat, on beat,
he's just
on
like
beat.
He's all over the place on this song, and then he's and it took me a while to just figure it out. But I mean, so he's playing drums along again with the drum machine. There'll be hand claps going on, so he'll be so that he's playing with the drum machine.
Hand claps,
Prince's Prince's vocals, do really kind of wake up during I would say during this song and during this part of the album, because most of his vocals on this album are pretty restrained.
Yeah,
they're very restrained to me.
kind of strange. It's kind of weird.
It's like I said, it's more of a mature sound for him, and I think that's what he was going for. And like I said, also he's just working. He's just working a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He could have been burnt out.
Could have been a little burnt out. A little drained.